Hi, my Cancers. Welcome to your September monthly zodiac sign reading. I'm Christine. I'd like to thank you all for being here and just express my gratitude for your support, for your kindness, and for taking time out of your day to be here. So we are going to dive right in. I also want to take the time to thank you all for your patience. I have been sick the last week, and getting your reading out as well as the fire signs was a little bit behind. So again, thank you. I hope you all have had a wonderful month so far. I can't believe we're in the last quarter of 2022. Let's see what messages Spirit, the divine, the universe has for you for this month. We're going to first take a look at what you need to know, what you need to release, what to embrace, and then what's coming up next. So let's see, what do you need to know right now? I saw a card flip. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. So at the filming of this, it's the full moon in Pisces. And so there's a lot coming into our forefront, into our presence. Everything is being illuminated right now. Some of you may be realizing what it is that you need to do to not just put yourself out there, but to show your true, authentic self in a way that's going to help you still feel nurtured, comforted, cared for, almost like you still have your home, your shell around you of love, like your bubble of love, but you're able to take that into the world and demonstrate, this is who I am and what I'm bringing. Some of you may be hiding, may be reticent. I feel like you do more than others, perhaps in this season of Virgo. We do have some reminiscent energies of caretaking service, because Virgo is very much about doing things from a space of practical, tangible action, right? So if your love language has to do with doing things for others, like in the acts of service, quality time too, this may really connect with you. What we see here, to me, this speaks of you, regardless of gender or sex. It's about pouring into you now. Because part of showing up to the world as you are is being authentic. It's almost like unzipping yourself and getting out of that suit and showing the world, this is who I am right now. So there's a need of nurturing your own wellness, which includes your own identity, who you are in this world, how you want to show yourself, your true self, not just form yourself to others. Let's continue on. We're going to grab some tarot after too. I think I'm doing your reading a little bit different than the others because I didn't incorporate oracle, but I felt very drawn to pull the oracle. What else do my Cancers need to know right now for September? Some of you may actually have pulled back your energy and have really focused it on you this month, because I'm getting an imbalance in you over giving to others. I keep seeing that, like a seesaw, almost like this effect. You see the tilt? It's now time for you, instead of having this jar tilt to the right, it's time to tilt it towards you, to invest that energy in you. Anything else my Cancers need to know for September, for this month? Okay, got 3 cards. You are protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels. Purple. There's a lot of purple. Some of you are very much getting downloads, perhaps working on balancing your crown chakras. You may have been experiencing some we'll just say head congestion, head pressure, intensity, headaches perhaps, maybe head sinus issues. I feel like some of you have been getting downloads, perhaps from angels or other spirit guides or beings in your spiritual team, letting you know that what you are doing right now, especially if you are working on bringing the energy back to you, that this is something that you should continue to pursue for this month. We have view from above, get the big picture. And we have taking shelter. The answers are within. This very much reminds me of the Hermit card, a lot of Virgo energy. And again, these cards don't have any zodiac signs attached. But there's a sense of almost retreating. And a lot of people, I mean, we get this energy with the influence of Virgo too. And we now have 6 planets in retrograde. Mercury just went retrograde in the sign of Libra on the 9th of September. So you may be feeling a call to even go within your home. Because look, we have a home with a fireplace, a chimney. To me, that speaks of the hearth, of warmth, metaphorically, right? Of nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, being comforted. And also really going within and finding answers into your own knowing, within your own intuition. Ironically, the Virgo energy, the season that we're in right now, it's very much about details. But my Cancers, you're being called to expand and to look beyond that. There may be something going on in your lives right now, perhaps something dealing with long distance relationships, travels, movement, moving. Perhaps you're wanting to relocate for school, for work, or for some other reason, perhaps to be closer to family or friends, or I'm getting a romantic partnership. And you're being called, there's something here connected with these two. Oops, sorry, I'm putting these way above. There's something larger for you to see right now and what's going on that you may not fully understand. Perhaps some of you have been separated. Okay, we're going to grab the tarot cards and see what else is going on. What else you need to know right now. So with these planets and retrogrades, there's been a shift in a lot of introspection, a lot of reassessing, reflecting, reorganizing, reviewing. So some of you may be taking into account a lot of things that have been happening and looking at the overall picture of your life. Because with I wanted to say globe, but that's a hot air balloon. To me, it speaks of your life journey. And with this divinity here, I'm sensing that you're being called to go within and seek the answers that are coming to you from your intuition, because the wisdom is all there. Okay, what else do my Cancers need to know right now? What else do my Cancers need to know, please, for September right now? Okay, thank you. The bottom of the deck, we have 6 of Cups. You know, it's interesting because this energy is very reminiscent of the home, the hearth, taking shelter. It speaks of tending to you, to your inner child, nurturing yourself. It's also about finding that inner balance. And so, oh my goodness, look, we have the Hermit. You know, I had said that with taking shelter. Hermit is Virgo energy. And it's also 9. We have the 5 of Swords. This is air energy. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Wheel of Fortune, 10. Holy cow, you guys are going through an ending and a completion of sorts. Well, I don't need to put it in order. I innately wanted to. We have the fixed signs here. Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio. We have Queen of Swords, air, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Some say Libra. So right away, right now, wow, you guys have called back your power. In some situation, I feel like with situations, we had this at the bottom of the card, so it could have concerned friendships, relationships, especially those that you may have known for a long time, because this is indicative of long-standing relationships. It could have been soulmate too in past life. There's a depth, a deep spiritual bond here, and a closeness. There's a need for you to go in and go within. It's almost like resting, taking a time out, because with the 5 of Swords, there's been some type of, I wanted to say destruction, but some type of ending or endings with, there could be 5 friends, 5 people in your life. You've won victory though. You were successful. And literally, I don't think any of you did this to friends, but it's literally you taking control and expressing yourself. These are boundaries. You set boundaries with some people in your life that may not have respected you in the way that you wanted to. And this caused a major shift. This could have been a lesson for you. I know my Cancers, you guys are extremely over giving. And one of the shadows of Cancers are putting other people's needs first and caring too much and focusing too much, because you guys are innately very empathic, very nurturing and comforting, and people love your energy. But I feel here, it's almost like no effing more. And with the wheel, I'm getting boundaries right away, just boundaries. Some of you have just completed a lesson, a major lesson, karmic lesson in learning boundaries, not just with yourself to protect yourself, but with others. And with that, this sparked an ending, a completion, because 9 is an ending, 10 is a completion of this cycle. And the universe is going to reward you with so many beautiful things because of this huge victory. Queen of Swords is also someone who listens to her inner guidance. You've got 3 cards here that are indicative of always following your intuition. Some of you were right on, right? Like spot on about people in your life. And it took a while. Some of you wanted to see the good in people, and you had people take advantage of you. I feel like some may have abused you. Some may have been verbally, emotionally abusive, gaslighters perhaps. And in other ways, physically as well. But you said no more, because the Queen, this is her in all her glory. She doesn't mess around. She is ruthless and will cut people off. And this is you essentially proclaiming, after cutting people out and after the wheel of completing, you're like, yes, I learned my lesson. I know exactly what it is. So I feel like right now in this process, some of you, perhaps with this full moon in Pisces that we are currently going through at the moment, people are going to leave your life, or you have made that choice to release. I feel like for a lot of you, you've really awakened to the fact of the reality, or you will be, because this I feel is coming as well for some of you, that not everyone has your best interest at heart, and that you got to be the one to look out for yourself. Look at all these lanterns, and the owls signify wisdom. You knew all along. Ooh, I got chills here. Okay, so let's pivot. Let's see what else, what do you need to release for this month? So this is where you are right now. This is really a chance of soul searching. There's a huge opportunity for soul searching and a separation here, because the Hermit too also indicates separating yourself from energies and people that do not serve you anymore. I'm gonna get okay. Heard. Sorry. I'm like thinking, do I want another deck? We're going to see what else you need to release. What else do my Cancers need to release for September? I feel like this initial reading of what you need to know right now, it just explained everything for me. It was a lot. There is a lot. The main message I got was boundaries. For some of you, this was a hard as F lesson to learn, the boundaries. It's not easy. Some of you may have Pisces in your chart. I'm getting water, apart from Cancer. But we have here Virgo, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. So we have Scorpio here. But some of you may deal with boundary issues. And also letting go of people with the Scorpio energy here. This was a huge victory. Huge victory for you. Huge, huge lesson. In terms of what you need to release, we've got the 8 of Discs. That's Earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. We got the Tower card. This is Scorpio, Pluto. We got the Moon, Cancer. It's Pisces energy, but I also say Cancer too, because you all are ruled by the Moon. Major arcanas here, so a lot of completions with this season right now. A lot of things that are not just ending for you, but completing. Some of you are completing a huge cycle. Yeah, I got Scorpionic energy with this before I even pulled it, but there's a need to release burdens that aren't yours and taking on other people's load. Again, this has to do with energy. I'm sensing an overwhelming, just energetic load. Some of you really, it's almost like when you breathe and you take that in, it just stays with you. And I feel like with some people that you may have been around, you pick up on the energies and you took on a lot. And they just kept amassing. You see how the coins get bigger? And it affected you physically. Some of you may be dealing with physical ailments as a result of these manifestations. And of course, I am not a medical doctor, so please make sure to check yourself out if you do. But I do feel like for some, there may be a spiritual connection to this. Some of you need to cleanse and protect and manage your energy better. Some of you are very, very empathic. You're empaths. And the degree in which you absorb energy is very, very high. You need to let go. With the Tower, it's change. I feel like a lot of you had issues. Again, I got that Scorpionic energy. Some of you may have heavy placements of Scorpio in your chart, 8th house perhaps. When something is not working out anymore, when you are getting messages, because we got 3 cards about tapping into your intuition. Some of you, I feel, knew already what you needed to do, but you didn't want to see it. And this full moon in Pisces right now is bringing shit up from the ocean floor. And it's floating up and it's not going back down anymore. And it's making you see things you may not have wanted to see. Same with the Moon card, we'll get in a sec. But I feel like with this Tower card, it's about releasing control and letting things go. Learning to let things fall apart, because not everything is meant to stay with you. This has to do with people. We have 2 people here. For some, I feel like for a good chunk of you, this has to do with relationships, friendships. Could be a romantic partnership. With the Moon, this is all about your intuition as well. Some of you really were not in tune with yourself. I know we've had a lot of cerebral and mental energy because of Mercury. Libra's a very cerebral air sign, and then we're in the season of Virgo, and Venus is in Virgo, Mars is in Gemini. So a lot of air energy, earth energy, dealing with the mind, with the mental landscape. But there's a need for you to connect, and I feel like many of you innately knew, like you knew what you needed to do, but I don't feel like you followed your intuition, and this is alerting you about what to release. Release the need to I heard secrets. Be careful of illusions that you may create in your mind, and also things not appearing as they are. Because with this Piscean influence too, with Neptune, sometimes we see things that don't exist, and sometimes there are things that exist that we don't want to see. So there's an area here of being very truthful, not just with ourselves, but with the current reality, with the situation. I feel like with this lunation, you all are or have come literally full circle. Again, this is a lot about protecting your energy and tapping into your intuition. So release the need to go against that, to always trust yourself. I'm going to pull a Moonology card for this. What else do my Cancers need to know about releasing? What else do my Cancers need to know about what they need to release for September? Guys, the cards are so like stiff. What else do my Cancers need to know about releasing in September? Thank you. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. So we got the eclipse season coming up again in the season of Scorpio. October 25th is the first eclipse. Again, you guys have a lot of emphasis here on Scorpio, so some of you definitely have Scorpio placements. It could be in your sun, moon, rising. You don't necessarily have to be watching this reading if you're not if you don't have your sun in Cancer. It could be your moon, rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, North Node, or any other placements you feel guided to. Again, we have another card signifying change, and also this is a third card about change, because the Wheel of Fortune is also a change. It's a positive change. Things had to happen in your life. I feel like the universe had to intervene because some of you were not paying attention to your intuition. So for me, it's not releasing change, it's about releasing control, because some of you were holding on tight. And it's okay, it could be scary, I totally get it. Okay, let's see what else we are going to use the Oracle of the, the Tarot of the Kid and see what else is going on, what you need to embrace for this month. These are amazing lessons though. A lot of major arcana cards. These are major life lessons that you guys are wrapping up, and it's huge. And they're not easy ones with boundaries, but they have, once you learned how to set boundaries in a way that helps nurture and protect you while you can still care for others and be giving, it's a life changer. It's a game changer completely. I feel like there's some people in your life that were just sucking you up like mosquitoes, like sucking your energy. And the universe said no more, because you guys are going somewhere beautiful. Okay. What else do my Cancers need to embrace, please, for, for September? What do my Cancers need to embrace, please, for September? Oh my goodness. A chunk of cards came out. Okay, we will keep them. We got Page of Coins. So this is Earth energy. This is the bottom of the deck. So I feel like there is a new stability, something new that is coming for you, something fresh, especially since you had a lot of changes here. We got the Empress. We got the King of Swords. Interesting, we had the Queen of Swords up here in another deck. We have the Emperor, Seven of Cups, 10 of Coins, and 5 of Swords. Again, look at this. The 5 of Swords came up in what you need to know right now. Remember? And then what you need to embrace. We also got the 5 of Swords. Whoa, this is really speaking heavily to me of boundaries and protecting yourself. Okay, in terms of what to embrace, this is all about you. Again, wow, with all of these energies, with the King, with the Emperor, this is taking charge of your life, being assertive. You see all the lights? It's tapping into your inner wisdom. A lot of transformation within. Some of you have been alchemizing within, really transforming different emotions, different feelings, from fear, from insecurity, into love and assertiveness, into certainty. There's a need to really get back to basics, essentially tap into your innate wisdom, take care of yourself. Also a need for, there's a lot of need for solitude with you right now at this moment, because I feel like with the 7 of Cups, there have been a lot of people tugging at your energies, I'm getting. So you need to embrace boundaries at this time and really reconnecting to yourself. Some of you may have felt like disconnected, almost like you unplugged yourself. You feel disconnected, and it could be because you've been giving your time and your energy to so many things but you. So there's a need for really taking care of yourself right now and pouring into you and really asking yourself, what do I want right now? What do I need? How can I best pour into myself and nurture myself? And what would make me feel good again? For some, this may have something to do with your root chakra. We have a lot of red here. Some of you may be experiencing anxiety, some fears, perhaps because of these changes that are happening or that you sense are coming. But with the King of Swords and the Emperor, the energy is very resolute. So embrace that energy of speaking your truth. I get a lot of communicating. Look what we get here with this earlier card on what you need to know right now. Of speaking your truth. Even too with the Queen of Swords. These are no holds attitude energies. They don't take BS from anyone. So there's a need to continue to reinforce your boundaries, to speak your truth with kindness, but with assertiveness. Because the King and the Emperor, these are people that have been around the block a few times. Some of you may feel or identify as being old souls. And you may also be leaning on other people. This is also calling for some to lean on others and to ask for help. And this may actually be, there's a word here. Not a detriment, but this may be one of the most difficult things for you to do, is actually reach out for help and ask. With the 7 of Cups, this is what I'm getting. You need to embrace reaching out to others, because the 7 of Cups points to choices and options and making decisions as well, but also speaks to other relationships in your life. And in this situation, I feel like you are being called to reach out to other energies, people around you that support you, that you trust. Reach out for help in all different areas of your life and stop trying to always rely on yourself, but use your judgment, use your intuition in doing this with people. With the 10 of Cups and the 5 of Swords, again, a lot of completions here and changes. We have butterflies, we have Scorpio energy, and 2 5s here. The 10 of Coins to me speaks of hearth. Again, it's like nurturing, it's like taking shelter, but also knowing that you got to embrace time for you, taking care of you, your home, your family unit, whatever that means to you. It's going to look something different for everyone. There's a need to really go within and take care of your own environment, yourself, because you are part of your home too. So this is about bringing things into balance in your home, cleaning the energies out, organizing, decluttering, however that resonates with you. It's also time with the 5 of Swords to embrace changes. Some of you have been dealing with making decisions about changing things, whether it's moving, changing jobs, dropping relationships, leaving people. There's a need to embrace change, and I'm getting there's fear behind it. But this is precisely where and what is going to bring you into the next phase of your life. Like with this wheel, it's going to bring you more success, more fruition with your goals. It's also about dropping what's not yours. Again, it has to do with boundaries. You need to embrace energetic boundaries, but also physical, emotional, and different types of boundaries too in different relationships. Wow. Okay. I'll pull a Monology Oracle for this one. Anything else my Cancers need to know about what they need to embrace for September, please? We have look at the big picture. You all, is this not synchronistic? I swear. I get Jupiter energy here. Look at this. But also Sag. Full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the big picture. Get the big picture. Some of you may be focused on the small details of things and wondering why. How did this happen? Why is it happening to me? Remember, things are not happening to you, but for you. And there's a bigger lesson in all of this. Again, you have something, I feel like a huge cycle in your life has or is about to end. Or you're in the process of it. There could have been a lot of things that have just left your life that are ending and you're like, what is going on? This is connected to something way bigger than what you can see right now. So keep on that, because when you learn all of these lessons, you will be blessed. But if you keep focusing on what you're losing, you're going to get that energy. You're not going to get the energy of what you want. You won't call that in. There's a lot of beautiful things happening. Sagittarius speaks to travel. Some of you really may be thinking about traveling, wanting careers in travel, or traveling to relocate. Again, like I said in the beginning with this card, a lot of Jupiter energy here. Some of you may have your Jupiter or your Mars in Sagittarius, or may have other placements in Sag. Okay. Finally, we're going to look at what is coming up next for you. What's coming up next? And we're going to pull a few more oracles and then wrap this up. This is beautiful, actually. This is a really beautiful reading, because when you learn some of these really, really big lessons on Earth, and you really learn to balance loving and caring for others with also yourself, that's a win-win. It's all about balance. My North Node is in Cancer, and so I'm really tapping into that as well. And I'm also an empath, and it can be difficult when you see someone, especially someone you really care about, that you want to help. But we can't help everyone, and it's also not about when we stay on the sidelines and watch. It's not just, it doesn't mean we're not helping them. We can offer space and, you know, our ears to listen and our energy for love. But at the end of the day, everyone has to take responsibility for their own soul journey. We can't interfere in that. Otherwise, we can cause shifts in their own learning experience, and we don't want to create any karmic imbalances in theirs or our path. Okay. What is coming up next for my Cancers, please? What is coming up next for my Cancers? I'm getting travel. There's a lot of red too. Some of you may be saving your money, planning for something big, a big trip, maybe studying abroad, moving abroad, relocating, moving towards family, or you're wanting to travel to learn, like a pilgrimage of sorts, or doing a retreat. There's something long-term, long-distance travel I'm getting. A beautiful energy to the end. You've got a lot of completions here. Okay, thank you. At the bottom of the deck, 4 of Swords. This is what's coming up next. This is subconsciously, so I don't feel like this is directly, but let's take a look here. We got the Moon. Again, you got another Moon in this deck. What is next for you? I'm going to move these cards up so you can see. Okay. This is Cancer, Pisces energy. We got 3 of Swords. This is air, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. 5 of Swords. You guys have gotten this in 2 of the 3 different spreads on what you need to know, what you need to embrace, and now what is coming up next for you. Death. Shit, a lot of changes. King of Cups. Queen of Coins. This is earth energy, Taurus. King of Cups could be Cancer, but any water sign, Pisces, Scorpio too. You got a lot of beautiful cards. Okay. Wow. Your intuition is coming back full force. I feel excuse me. I feel like this full moon in Pisces has illuminated or has really amplified your own intuition. It's almost like it's reset it back to your Cancer energy level, right? You're like, reset, because I feel like you're very tapped in right now, and messages or confusion or lack of clarity that existed before in your life, it's now being illuminated full force, and you are understanding things that you didn't before. We have, are these raccoons? I see 2 raccoons here. I think they're raccoons or pandas. No, they have pointy noses and tails that are longer than panda tails. I think these are raccoons. So I don't know if raccoons for you signify anything. But there's a need to embrace things that you may not always know. There's a fear. Some of you are dealing or healing in this lifetime. Fear of the unknown. A lot of Scorpio energy. Because with the moon, there's some things that also remain unknown, but you have to keep going and crossing that bridge. Wow, with the 3 of Swords. And this is all what's coming up next for you. And the 5 of Swords, it's about boundaries. Again, it's really imperative right now. You're going to have to tap into your intuition, especially when it comes with people and communicating. I feel like many of you are still healing from past situations, perhaps this recent situation that we talked about earlier. And so I feel like what's coming up is going to be a time of healing and really, really setting strong boundaries so you can take time for yourself here. Because sometimes you don't see people that are deceptive around you. And that's why there's a strong need to tap into your own lunar energy, to your own intuition, which is going to be very strong and amplified by your sibling Pisces energy right now. Again, we have death here. Scorpio energy. There's a need to embrace changes and the unknown. Do you see how there's a lot of things that are unknown, like hiding in the shadows and things behind the curtain? There's a rebirth of Swords. Some of you are going to be putting yourself out there. This may speak apart from healing, and I'm not saying like, yeah, you just completed and ended serious things in your life, go out and, you know, take risks and go start a journey. No, but there's also a need to put yourself out there in uncomfortable situations because that's going to help you grow. Wow, we have King of Cups and Queen of Pentacles here. I feel like this is bringing emotional and material, physical stability for you, not just in the form of feeling safe and secure. Again, we have a lot of root chakra energy here, but decreasing any anxiety, any uncertainty and self-doubt, strengthening your inner will and your certainty in yourself. But also with King of Cups, it's regulating your emotions. Some of you may have become in the past too emotionally involved in other people's shit. And just because you set boundaries, there's a strong emphasis in your reading this month on boundaries. Some of you may have been dealing with parties of 3. It could be friendships or romantic relationships, however that resonates. And it doesn't have to be people either. It could be just situations that interfered in relationships in the past, with friendship, any relationship dynamic. But there's an energy here of people here, and you setting your boundaries to protect yourself. And just because you set them doesn't mean that you don't care or love any less. But emotional and physical stability and regulation are coming because of the result of these changes and transformations that have gone within, precisely because you have finally recognized, I can't give my energy anymore to people. I can't. I have to bring it back to my home, because your home base, my Cancers, is the most important home base. It's almost like when you have a cell phone. I can't show you mine because I'm taping, but when you have, we'll just use this little charger thing. You know those cell phone bases where you can just plug it in and it just charges up? It's like that. Your home is the most important thing for anyone, but particularly for you, Cancers, because that's where you recharge yourselves, where you nurture yourselves, where you find peace and love, and hopefully peace and love, right? And that's where you are able to recharge like a battery. And so boundaries, again, boundaries for you, it's going to be pivotal for you to constantly make sure that you are putting yourself first in order to have that time for other people in your life. We'll pull a few more oracle. I see this reading is going a little bit long. There are going to be people that are going to test you. I have to say that. There are going to be people, especially around your inner circle, that are going to try to test your boundaries. Some of you are going to have a difficult time because you're going to be like, I want to help these people, but at the same time, you're going to know. You're going to find out which people and peoples in your life, in your circle, are just using you. But you're rising up. Major transformation within. It's like with this energy, and also with the Queen of Swords earlier that we saw. Ooh, it's buried down there. There she is. It's like a no shit attitude that you're taking. Look at all these King and Queen energies. This is you all. I'm not sensing any other energies. This is you embodying this. Emotional regulation. No more letting people take advantage of you because you are caring and loving and an empath. And naturally you just give. But also being very stable and secure and finding that within yourself, because you're pouring that energy into yourself. You see that coin? It's almost like a slot machine or like an arcade game machine. You put that in you first and you're like, okay, when I'm ready and charged up, I can help others. And with the Queen of Swords here, this speaks of speaking your truth and creating those boundaries necessary to take care of yourself. We have here a win-win outcome as forecast, full moon in Libra. Mercury retrograde is in Libra and Libra season is coming up. So things are balancing out for you. This is wonderful energy, particularly with your partnerships. There's a balance coming in with this transformation that is happening for you all. What else is coming up for my Cancers, please? Finding sanctuary. Do you sense a theme here, my Cancers? We had taking shelter in the beginning, what you need to know right now. This is what you need to know coming up. What's next? Finding sanctuary. Opening to your spiritual source. Again, you need to really take care of yourself and make sure that you recharge yourself, just like that phone battery I showed you. that you place yourself in your home and you charge yourself so you feel amazing, so you feel good, you feel completely like loved, nurtured, and taken care of. People have been sucking your energy dry. I'm getting that so much. This is the hard season. There's a lot of 7th house energy right now because of Mercury retrograde being in Libra right now until the 23rd of September. And so a lot of people are finding out truths about all different types of relationships. And it's not going to always be pretty. But this is also a chance for you to really find out what it is that is important for you. And what matters to you, and to express that. You got a lot of air in your reading too. It's important to express that and not to shy away from that and people please and just try to please your partner. I thought a card turned over. Your needs also matter, my Cancers. It's so important. I feel like sometimes, especially, I notice this with water signs, because you are more of the emotional side, in the emotional side, and forgive me if I can't talk. I got a lot of Libra Virgo placements. Sometimes you feel like if I express myself, people are going to think I'm too needy. You have every right in relationships to express your needs. And if people do not respect your boundaries and those particular needs, they're not for you. Then you'll more than likely know people were trying to get something out of you only. What else is coming up for my Cancers, please? Whoa. Ooh. Okay. This is the angel deck, you all. Synchronistic, because in the beginning you have here protected by angels. Some of you may be working with angels right now. I got Archangel Michael. Okay, so you got quite a few angel cards. We have transformation. Not a surprise, again, with a lot of the Scorpio energy and the butterflies, and there's a lot of changes here happening for you. We got dragons too, which signify change. You are undergoing a major transformation at this time, inner transformation. There's a sense of freedom here, of really, ooh, I just got the Aquarius energy. A sense of really tapping into who you are and recognizing all that you bring and contribute to the world. And it's like a no holds, no bar attitude of like, this is me. This is who I am. But that also means honoring yourself first, always. Compassion. This is very much heart chakra energy, healing. This is also an opportunity for you that's coming up to hold a lot of compassion for you, but also for others. It does not mean you have to extend your energy. Just because you hold compassion, empathy, and concern for others, it doesn't mean you have to be there for them or engage with them. You can do that from afar. I have a feeling so many of you, your energy, it's just a beautiful light, beautiful bubble. This is what I'm sensing. And so many people latch on. And so there's just a strong need to really discern that not everyone is meant to stay in that bubble and that you really need to nourish yourself. Oh, holy shit. You guys, I can't take it with all these lanterns. Learning experience. This entire cycle that you've gone through was a huge lesson, a huge life soul lesson for you all. And so I feel like in the coming days, weeks, and months, because we're all on different timelines, right? Well, all my Cancers. What's coming up for you is really reflecting on everything that you've learned. That's why you're being called to take shelter, to find sanctuary. You got the Hermit card too. You're being called to go within a little bit and introspect and review everything that you've learned so far. This is tapping not just with divine, with source, with God, but with yourself, because you're going to start getting a lot of answers. They're not the nitty-gritty ones, are the ones that are going to give you the big picture of what it is that you were here to learn and what it is that you can take moving forward. Sacred plan. A lot of divinity. There's a lot of messages here about your soul plan here. I'm getting like a Mother Earth here with this card, but an ancestor. Some of you may be working or have a strong, I'm getting a maternal. It could be a feminine energy ancestor. Some of you, this is something you may be healing or have healed in your lineage that has continued. And so beautiful things are coming because of the work you've done. This is all part of something bigger. The sacred plan is very much tied to your larger mission in this world. We have divine timing. Things are unfolding as they should. Let me show you that wheel. Oh goodness. There it is. With the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune is also destined and speaks to divine timing too, with a lot of things that are happening. Some of you may be manifesting so many different things here. I'm getting a lot, just different learning opportunities, education, further studying, movement, different types of relationships and friendships, calling in your soul group, romantic relationships. I'm also getting, with Taurus energy, a lot of financial stability and also speaking to your values and worth. A lot of things you're manifesting, they're going to unfold just like this wheel in divine timing. So it's so important. You don't have to, but I'm totally suggesting this to keep faith, keep positive as much as you can, and have trust, because there's a lot of energy here around the unknown, and I'm sensing many of you are fearful around that. It's about unpacking that and knowing that just because you don't know things or what's happening next doesn't mean it's not going to happen. That's where the faith and trusting in the divine, into your team, and also in yourself. There's a strong need to connect to your own spirituality right now, to your spiritual practices and to your intuition. We have strength and guidance. So again, you're being very much guided by your spiritual team and by your intuition. That's why it's so important to go within. Some of you may have been, again, disconnected from that, because that's where all the messages are going to come. Not from the outside, but from the inside. We're almost done. I know your reading went a little bit longer, my Cancer, so we're going to get a self-love oracle and wrap it up with an animal spirit card. What self-love oracle message, please, does the universe have for my Cancers? Okay. We got 31. Break free. It's time to break free from your guilt over past actions and your judgments of others. Discard what no longer works for you. We have 37. This reduces to a 4. This reduces to a 10. Mourn. Grieving can be overwhelming but necessary. We are cleansed by letting our feelings wash through us. Only then can we move past the pain. Again, there's an element, like I mentioned earlier. Some of you will be entering a time of grieving, of mourning, of really reconnecting to yourself. A lot of butterflies here, there's a completion here. And this has to do with people, situations in your life. But there's so much strength and guidance around you. Huge, huge emphasis of going within. This is time for you, my Cancers. This month is for you. And I'm going to say too, mourning and releasing, it doesn't have a time frame. There is no expiration, like you have to mourn by this date. It's not linear either. And with this full moon energy in Pisces, there's also a need. There's going to be a huge release if you haven't felt it. It'll happen in the next, 2 weeks or so, to really get those emotions out, to cry it out. There's a lot of things that didn't happen in the way that you anticipated, but there's so many beautiful things that are coming. Can we get a final spirit animal, please, for my Cancers? Oh, thank you. We got the owl, you guys. You had an owl here. So some of you, apart from those 2 raccoons we saw, hold on. Okay, you guys are gonna hate me. I want to see the animals. I'm just show the animals, and I'm like, oh gosh, okay. We're gonna go through all of these quickly and see if there's any animals, because some of you, I'm hearing, look at animals. There's a turtle here. You see that little turtle? So turtles may be important. No animal here. We've got a wolf or a dog, another dog here, and a lobster, or yeah, it looks like a lobster. Butterflies. These animals, they may have significance. This looks like a dog. It's speaks to friendship and loyalty. We have a bat here. We have a bull, a lion, a monkey, an eagle. We have an owl here. No animals here. We have a butterfly up here. These are two raccoons of sorts. That may be significant for someone. We have another bird here. I don't know what it is. An eagle, a hawk, a phoenix maybe? We've got a dragon. Okay, those are the animals, and we've got another owl. So pay attention. You guys may be getting messages as well from your spirit animals and through your guides, because some people have animals as their guides. Magic. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. With that Queen of Swords energy and the King of Swords, and also even the Queen of Pentacles that you got, that's Earth. It's all about truth. And a lot of you, this truth is being revealed to you this month through your inner knowing, and also through the actions of others and the way people respond to you. So keep an eye on that, because you're going to snuff out and sense people that are trying to pull one on you, like pull a fast one, trying to deceive you. We got Goose, inner knowing. You guys, you are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly. What a beautiful ending to this reading. Your inner knowing is so much more magical and powerful than you realize. And this is about leading, the path is leading you back to yourself. My Cancers, I hope this reading has helped for the month of September. If this resonated with anyone, I would love it if you could comment down below. Let me know if you feel inclined. Otherwise, if you could support my channel, I would appreciate it as well. You could like, share, subscribe, whatever you feel called to. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here. I'm truly grateful for you all. I'm wishing you a really beautiful, healing, and peaceful month, and I will see you soon. Take care.